Well, I'm going to need my knees. I would sacrifice my testicles for now. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube. A couple of weeks ago we did a question box and we've got some interesting questions. So I'm just going to run through them off the cusp. I've got them screenshotted on my camera roll. Here we go. My first question up is, what is your daily diet? This is a tricky one. Clearly I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm a strongman, as you all know, and our diet fluctuates tremendously, and mine certainly does, being a barber. I've managed to cut my days down, as many of my clients are aware. My inbox is screaming at me, but my daily diet consists of waking up nice and early, and I have a wonderful girlfriend at home that will facilitate pretty much everything that I eat and drink. So we have beans, sausages, and 4 or 5 slices of toast, and it's followed by a mass calorie shake about 45 minutes after, usually when I'm on the way to the shop. Through a working day, I can consume multiple chocolate bars, another mass shake of around 1500 to 2K. I normally use a Deliveroo app, or I bring in something that my girlfriend's cooked from the night before, so spag bowl, or a pasta and chicken, or chicken thighs. Yeah, I normally have a KFC or a Domino's ordered to the shop if it's really busy, which it usually is. And then I get home and I'm in a privileged position where there's always a steak waiting for me at home. So I have steak, a tray of thinly sliced potatoes and peas, probably most nights. And then I have a bowl of ice cream, normally a Swiss roll or some sticky toffee pudding, and another shake if I can handle it. So that's a normal day. That's normally what I'm eating. I'm a secret eater as well, so I'll say to people, I haven't eaten that much, and I'm literally just caving in chocolate and crisps and sweets. So that's the main diet around all the grazing as well. So as a strong man, you have to eat a shit ton of food, and I'm one of the small guys, so I couldn't imagine what it's like being one of those absolute behemoths that walk around. My next question comes from, I'm not going to say any names, but it comes from a guy who knows me from my young days as well. So he knows me through my whole prison sentence. What is your weakness, if you have any? Because I only know the confident Lewis, sorry. I think what he's trying to say in this question is about mindset, about how I've made it through everything, and he's never seen a weakness. I would like to say that I don't have any, but I do. I've been through some tough times, but I've never ever given up. But a weakness of mine would be self-belief, knowing self-worth. It took me a long time to get confident. It took me a long time to realise that I had a purpose, and I thought barbering was my calling, and it is. It's an amazing life. But I'm starting to think that maybe this strongman thing is definitely some sort of future there, greatness. So I'd say self-belief and self-worth. This is another question. Where have you always wanted to live? I've not been able to travel much, so I don't know that much of the world. I'm a forest boy. I was born in the forest, and my heart sort of always wants to float back to the forest, and I'm a big nature lover, so somewhere quiet, just have lots of dogs running around, and a nice truck parked on the drive, and yeah, so I'd say forest, probably a New Forest or somewhere like that. So yeah, that'd be a great life for me. Walk up the post office every morning, get the paper and a pint of milk, and walk back. That'd be great. Simple life. Next question. Why strongman? Why did you choose that? It's funny relationship with strongman. I grew up watching every single competition. I've never missed a competition in terms of televised, and I'm constantly watching it every day. So I've been a massive strongman fan before I ever knew that I'd ever do strongman. I powerlifted while I was at Her Majesty's pleasure, and I started lifting weights competitively there, but we didn't have any strongman equipment. So when I came out, I was chosen to do strongman, and I got introduced to a guy called Aaron Page, and he gave me the facilities, the drive, the training, the knowledge that I still use today. So without him, I wouldn't have ever found strongman as a sport. So that's why strongman. Biggest sacrifice that I've made so far. This is an easy one for me. I'd say cutting down my hours at the shop and my days at the shop. I'm currently down to 2 days a week, and you know, I've lost a colossal amount of income, and I've pissed off a hell of a lot of loyal clients, which I'm sorry for. But a lot of those clients are the ones that have told me to chase my goals and dreams. So I'd say that is my biggest sacrifice so far. How do I cope with balancing training, work, relationship and life? The short answer would be, I don't. But a better answer would be, it's about being selfish as well as selfless. Realising where you're going with all of the stuff that I'm taking on in terms of, you know, strongman training, diet, my relationship, my dog, you know, it's a lot. I literally, as many of you probably can relate to this, my day is completely planned to every half an hour. So it's not a coping strategy. I think it's a choice. This is how I like my life. I don't like to be sat around doing nothing. And I prefer that, you know, I'm constantly on the go, constantly achieving things in my day. Tick, tick, tick. Relationship's great, dog's great, work's great. I'm eating, my training's phenomenal. So yeah, I guess I am balanced. Although a lot of people would look at my life and think like I take a lot on, but it's out of choice because I know how it feels to be sat around doing nothing for a very long time. So I prefer it this way. Galaxy Ripple or Kit Kat. Now this is from someone who witnesses a lot of my eating at work, and I am partial to a Kit Kat chunky. I really get through Kit Kat chunky. I'd say that's probably my biggest downfall on my diet is I just can't walk past a Kit Kat chunky without eating it. I can't not say no if someone offers me one, and he knows this is my weakness. What was the hardest thing you had to learn when you started your strongman journey? There's many things jumping out of my head. I'd say the hardest thing was patience. I'm not a very patient person, and it took a long time for me to mature and accept that things take time. And in the strength world, as many of my fellow strongman competitors and strongman community, strength takes time. You just have to wait, listen to your coach, program yourself effectively, or obviously pay someone to do it. Just takes time. Be smart, train hard, compete easy. So yeah. Who is your biggest inspiration? Those close to me will obviously know this. My biggest inspiration is someone I mentioned earlier called Aaron Page. Gave me the opportunity to compete in this sport. Prepped me for my first 4 comps. Hugely inspiring. I remember getting goosebumps watching this guy deadlift in the gym with every plate possible. He pulled a nice 430 kilos raw. I know how heavy it was because I had to put plates away. And watching him do stupid stuff like 210 triples on logs, and like, this is stuff that in training, if this was in a competition, it will blow your fucking mind in this sport. Anyone who understands these numbers. So yeah, goosebumps. I remember sitting and watching him. He had this routine before every lift, and he'd wait for his favourite song, wait for the drop, and the whole gym, no matter who was in there, the whole gym stopped lifting, the whole gym went quiet, and it inspired me massively. Then watching him at Giants live shows, coming out to that music and the flames, yeah, it's just goosebumps every time. So yeah, I'd say Aaron Page. When did you realise your strength potential was good enough to compete at a top level? I appreciate the top level part. I'm not at the top level yet, but I'm trying to get to the top level. But I know what you mean. I always knew I was strong, and a lot stronger than many other people around me that were using the same equipment in the same environment, especially with my time away. I won many Christmas competitions and powerlifting competitions in prison. And I guess people telling me that I could do something with this strength. My coach Rob Frampton, he's been my coach for the last year or so, and he's literally changed my whole mindset. He's in my ear before every lift, he's in my head when I'm not at training and when I am at training. He's telling me great things all the time, and it's manifesting and manifesting. So I'd say people around me helped me realise that the potential was there to take this to the top level. So would I rather put tacky on my testicles or drop a 200 kilo stone on my knees? Well, I'm gonna need my knees. I would sacrifice my testicles for now. Tacky is awful. For those of you who don't know what tacky feels like, it's very good at removing skin. So yeah, wince, wince. Were you always this big? No. I was never a big kid. I was always extremely lean and slender. Before I ever lifted a weight, I was 60 kilos. I was very lanky. I reached my maximum height at about 15, 16. So yeah, no I haven't. It took a long, long time. It took 12 years of consistent training. The odd, relapse in training here and there, injuries and lack of equipment and certain environmental situations, but yeah, no, it took a long time. What is your biggest motivation? Being as far away from who I used to be as possible. And I say that openly because the old me was not great, made some huge mistakes in my life. So for me to better my life and be as far away from that person as possible, that's why I'm doing this. I want people to talk about me as a great barber, a great strongman, great potential, positive things only. What is your favourite event? It would always come back to log press for reps, log press medley. There's just something about the iconic log press with Big Z, Eddie, Aaron, great, phenomenal log pressers. And just watching the log championships that Giants Live hold, it gives me probably the most excitement. And it's one of the events that potentially in the future, especially for reps, I'm going to dominate. So, okay, that's all the questions. Well, as many as we could get through. We don't want it to be a super long video. If you liked what you saw and heard, then please like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if there's anything that you want to see more of, or me answer any more sort of questions. And hopefully it's given you an insight to who I am a little bit and what I'm about and what keeps me going. So I'll see you in the next video.